Women's 1500 meters, all about fifth Kipyegon, surely, and the Kenyan super talent, brilliant championship runner, but she has these fast times and the ability to run these super fast times. So there she goes, already slotting in behind the two pacemakers. Jess Hull in behind her in fourth. Then the others decide to try and find out where they want. Gallant, you just have to be careful, because Gallant in the yellow and black, if that's the best way I can describe it, just ahead of Laura Muir, is pacing kind of a second race in this. So only Jess Hull looks as though she's decided very bravely to go with Faith Kipyegon.
Slight move perhaps from Susan Ajore of Kenya and maybe Lyndon Hall. They've realised there they've settled behind the second pacemaker, behind Gallant. Brave running as always from Jessica Hull. She's fearless every time she races. She's stuck to the heels of Faith Kipyegon. The two pacemakers, they're ahead of the lights at the minute through the first lap, 61. That's okay, that's faster than Faith Kipyegon went through in her world record, so very, very much on, but the pace will fluctuate ever so slightly as we move through the laps.
Yeah, I saw Pizzo have a look to see where Faith was, because she felt as though Garcia was going too quick, and she's just decided, I'm going to go with Garcia, and that's left Faith Kipyegon just sitting off it a little bit. And you're right, when Faith ran the world record, I think she went through 2:4 and just got quicker. Well, basically her last 800 she ran in about 2 minutes. Now, I don't know if that's the same Faith Kipyegon we're going to see here. So the first pacemaker doing a grand job, the second one, Pizzo, already looking a little tired, but maybe just waiting for Kipyegon, who's just hanging around with the lights, but the gap between Kipyegon and Jess Hull and the rest is already quite large.
So Jess Hull just rolling the dice here, going with it. Faith Kipyegon, and you're right, Steve, it was 2:04.1 in Florence for that world record, and that was such a lovely day. No one really went with Kipyegon then. Jess Hull's being brave underneath 2:4, so they are underneath world record pace. And Kipyegon, she was brilliant at the Kenyan trials, so she is strong. Maybe she does need to go out a little bit harder and hold on this year.
But this is interesting, isn't it? Because the pacemaker can't go beyond 800 meters. We did have two hoping to get to 1,000. So Faith has got a decision to make here. She might not have expected to have company at this point. So there she is in the front. The lights are there for her to work with and to work from and to try and run away from if she possibly can. But Jess Hull of Australia, I said, is in great shape. She ran a new personal best for 800 meters and never been under 2 minutes before. Dropped down from St. Moritz to Geneva to do that, and said, right, I'm going to just have a go and see what happens. And so far, so good for the Australian. Lyndon Hall and Laura Muir in third and fourth at the moment, but a long, long way behind these two. Now, Faith Kipyegon has not gone away yet. She's not made the big move. Surely that's to come. Jess Hull's trying to hang on. This is phenomenal from the Australian. Hanging on to Faith Kipyegon, who still hasn't broken it. Now, finally, a little bit of daylight. The pain started to be etched on the face of the Australian. She needs to stay strong. Surely we'll be rewarded with something good here. Now it's all about Faith Kipyegon. How quick can she go? The crowd are doing their best. They know she's capable of incredibly fast times. She's run under 3:51. More than anybody, any other athlete in the world, and she's stretching away here. Faith Kipyegon's going very, very quickly here. It's going to be an incredibly quick time. Laura Muir's rallied in third place. Kipyegon's going to be close. It's very close. It's there. She's got it. A new world record. And that was all in the last 200 meters. Jess Hull has run an incredible time in second place. Laura Muir in third, also could well be a new British record. Incredibly fast times, all behind this woman. It wasn't a lot this time. Took a few tenths off it, and I'm not sure that she really thought at the bell that it was on. But 3:50 for Jess Hull in second place. Laura Muir, 3:53 in third. Three great performances, all in their own rights, but this by Kipyegon was incredible, absolutely incredible. And for me, it was that last 200 meters. It was a little bit different to what we saw in Florence, where she went so hard and kind of kept going, but she just got faster and faster and faster here. And Hannah is a 1500 meter runner yourself. you must look at this and go,
I'm very glad I'm retired.
Wow.
That's why. Agathe Guillemot is doing a lap of honour around the track. She's taken, I think, over a second off the French national record.
Great.
Gabrielle Touard was brilliant in the 800. That's great for her. And Faith Kipyegon, she builds this kind of atmosphere around her. She's the two-time Olympic champion. She's going for a third consecutive title, having had a baby between the first two. And Faith Kipyegon is a wonderful role model to these women, but they're not scared of her because she's approachable, because she's natural with them. She talks to them, she brings people along in her journey. And look at Jessica Hull's face. She would have known she was on for something special. Mary Jose Pelec thinking, I'll just stick to one lap, thank you very much. But that was just brilliant.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to a couple of members of her team today, and I wasn't getting the feeling that they were expecting this. No. You know, I think they were hoping she was going to run well and run fast. And you know what? She might go and shake the hand of Jess Hull a little bit, because she had to think about racing that on the, you know, right until the last 200 metres. The Australian was right there. She's gone, I think, 5th on the all-time list. Yes, 5th on the all-time list for the Australian, which is just incredible. There you go. World record, Faith Kipyegon, again, in Paris, second time in 2 years, different distances. Jess Hull with a stunning 350.83, the new area record, national record for the Australian. And similarly, for Laura Muir of Great Britain, a new national record, her best ever, 353.79.